This is John Paul Rye. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. I want to cover this story about Chrissy Teigen and John Legend and how they're putting their house up for sale. Now, if you guys don't know why Chrissy Teigen and John Legend are in the news, it's probably because, well, not in Fox News, but in general, in the news for people who are following entertainment online, things like that, is that Chrissy Teigen tweeted out some really sick tweets that got around recently. They've been online for a very long time, but they just kind of broke out into the open pretty recently. I'll show those after we read this article. I can't read them aloud. They're that bad. So I want you guys to keep that in mind when we're talking about why these two are moving. John Legend has also been accused of hanging out with some very shady characters who you could consider criminals. So it begs the question, why they're leaving Hollywood? And you guys might know Tom Hanks is now in Greece. So it seems like a lot of these celebrities and Hollywood people are leaving. And something might be stirring. Something might be ready to explode. I don't know. This is one little clue. So let's see the article. Chrissy Teigen, John Legend lists Beverly Hills home for $24 million. The All of Me singer cited their growing family as the reason for the move. So, Chrissy Teigen's pregnant, so they say they want to move out from a huge, luxurious mansion because they're having a baby. I don't know. I've had some babies and, I wanted to move into a bigger place, but not necessarily just move because I'm having a baby. I don't really quite make the connection. In their situation. And they happen to be leaving Hollywood at a time when other stars are leaving Hollywood. At a time when these tweets blew up. So up here, they say one more time how they want to move because of the growing family. And down here, they give some details. They're actually asking $23.9 million, and it's got an 8,500 square foot home, and it's got a bunch of bathrooms and a bunch of bedrooms that they probably won't use. This is the inside of the house here. It says that they are parents to Luna 4 and Miles 2 with a baby on the way. Okay, so it's a third one on the way. But that doesn't change much. I mean, it's not really about size. Are they moving to a better school district? They didn't say. No details. Just that it's a growing family. So for me personally, I'm in the same situation. I had the third. We did move, but we moved because we had to buy a place and not rent forever, and we wanted a slightly bigger place. But in this situation where it's 8 bathrooms, 8 bedrooms, and this huge mansion, size isn't a factor. So they're really not giving a reason. That to me, just saying, well, we're just moving because our family's growing is a very, 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 very vague reason. They go on to say here that Chrissy's mother is living with them and that the house is styled after a South Asian style, which is okay. That's fine, that's all good. And then they go on to say that being sheltered here during the pandemic made them appreciate the home and like it that much more. But I guess they want to sell it because of that. And then it goes on to say that because of the pandemic, they grew to like the home even more, or in their words, appreciate it even more. But I guess that's a reason to move because they started to appreciate it more. Okay. Still makes no sense. The property is currently listed with Douglas Elliman of California, so it is officially up for sale, and they are officially leaving, and Tom Hanks has officially left Hollywood, and I'm probably missing some other people. I think there's more. But for now, let's concentrate on these three. Well, when I say three, I mean Tom Hanks, which I'm not actually going to cover here, but keep in mind that they're moving at the same time Tom Hanks is moving. So let's take a look at some of these tweets that I told you guys about. If you haven't seen them, like I said, I'm not going to read them. I don't like reading them, but I want to show them just to get in your mind, the magnitude of the things Chrissy Teigen tweeted out. And one of them is mind-blowingly disgusting. And I can't imagine why the F-U-C-K she would tweet this out. Okay, so this here I've got to think is the worst one. And her hashtag there is incredibly creepy. So this one's older. It's 7 years old. But I honestly think something being 7 years old doesn't mean shit. I mean, what's the difference really? Like, 7 years went by and she's like, well, I don't think that anymore. That was just a fun tweet I made. No, no, no. I am holding her feet to the fire because this is creepy. Here's the next one. Where can I watch what? What? Why? Could you imagine, like, someone tweeting that out and being like, hey, bro, look what I tweeted out? I can't. I'd be like, yo, what the F are you thinking? Water slide that goes through a shark tank. F yeah. Time to get my what on? That's real? Really? Why? Why would you want to get that on? Is that a joke? Doesn't sound like a joke to me. Sounds like you're just saying something weird. And if it is a joke, what's the joke? What's the punchline? How does she not mean it? And this one right here, I don't quite get it, but it's really weird. Here she says Kevin Shockey said something, and what Kevin Shockey said, I guess, was either for complete shock value or because they're both pretty sick. And I don't even want to show that tweet for too long, but I wanted to make the point that, she has something to run away from. That's the point. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think down below. I think you're going to think that this is a pretty weird story, but I think it's big news, and I want to cover this Hollywood stuff a little bit more. We'll see who else moves. Keep track. Like I said, I've just got this feeling that something big's coming. There's some really, really weird videos on TikTok now about how Hollywood will be cracked down on. So I was thinking of running one of those, but I don't know if I can, if I should. Maybe. Let's just say there might be something big, so I want to cover it a little bit. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. Doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you subscribe, you'll get a little bit of a lisp because I have one, but I don't care. I'm just going to keep moving forward and ignore it. And if you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.